Now let us start with organic chemistry. You know, carbon is the essential element in chemistry, organic chemistry, and we understand that carbon and hydrogen alone can form a big variety of more than 10 lakhs compounds. Of course, the question lies why? Why carbon and hydrogen can form such a big variety of compounds? Please see the answer in books. I am not going to deal at present. Let us go ahead. Not only that, carbon and hydrogen can form a big variety of such a variety of compounds like 10 lakhs and even more than that, but the pleasant property in organic chemistry is this, that there is a very big variety, there is a very big similarity of chemical properties between organic compounds, like we see in alkanes. All the alkanes are paraffins. Alkenes have got a big similarity of chemical properties. Similarly, aldehyde, ketones, fatty acids, derivatives, etc., they have got big variety of similarity of chemical properties. Not only this, that they have got methods of preparation also same. As we know, they are called homologous series. So the properties are similar and the methods of preparation are same. This is of course a pleasant thing to understand, but a question lies, why should it be so? Why there should be such a nice similarity of chemical properties? And of course also that for example, we would like to understand alkanes. Alkane mean what? Alkanes behave as paraffin. Para mean least, affin means affinity. That is, the alkanes behave as least active. Why are they called as least active? The reason is very apparent. The reason is of course to be understood, but the reason why they are named as paraffin is as we understand. Like for example, we see that the active compounds like KMNO4, K2Cr27, HCl, HNO3, H2O4, these active compounds have no activity over alkanes under ordinary condition. So looking to this inactivity of such strong compounds over alkanes, the name paraffin is given to alkanes, which is justified. The question lies, why is this similarity, and of course we would like to understand what is the reason of this similarity. So the reason is given by Baer through his strain theory. See, before this we would like to understand what Lawel and Van't have said. So see, Van't and Lawel want to say that the valency bonds of carbon atom in alkanes are occupying the angle 109 degrees 28 minutes between each other. That is, every two valency bonds of carbon atom, every two carbon valency bonds of carbon atom are occupying the angle 109 degrees 28 minutes. Now on behalf of this Lawel and Van't theory, we would like to see what is Baer-Strain theory. See, like in ethylene, we understand. Through ethylene, we will understand what is Baer-Strain theory. See, what does he want to say? Whenever the angle 109 degrees 28 minutes between the valency bonds of carbon atom changes, as we see in ethylene. Again, whenever angle 109 degrees 28 minutes between the valency bond of carbon atom changes, there develops a strain in the bond, and to remove that strain, the compound becomes active. Now the question lies, how to understand whether this Baer-Strain theory is correct. So this is explained by the questions which are following ahead. Now we shall see a question, why all alkanes behave as least active. First of all, why methane behaves as least active, then why all alkanes behave as least active. First, why methane behaves as least active? The reason is apparent, that all the valency bonds of carbon atom in methane are occupying the undeviated 109 degrees 28 minute angle, so there is no tension in the bond, and therefore since there is no tension, therefore it behaves as least active. Now another question is, why all alkanes behave as least active? Now similarly, since all the valency bonds of carbon atom alkanes are occupying the undeviated 109 degrees 28 minute angle between the valency bonds, so they behave as least active. That is, we want to show that not only alkanes, all the alkanes are having similarity of chemical properties, but all of them are behaving as least active. Now another question is, why all alkenes are behaving as least active? So the answer is apparent as we observe on the screen that all the alkenes have only one double bond. So there is tension only at one place, that is on the place of double bond. Because what Baer have said, when the angle 109 degrees 28 minutes changes, there develops a strain, and to remove that strain the compound becomes active. And thus, since there is only strain only on the place of double bond, hence it is active to remove this tension of double bond. That is why there is a similarity of chemical properties in alkenes. And similarly in alkynes, the property of similarity is because of the fact that the triple bond occurs only at one place in all alkynes. Please understand, we are talking of aliphatic alkynes. Aliphatic alkenes, aliphatic alkynes. Similarly, we can talk of aromatic too, but this is later on. Now please understand that we follow here that all the alkenes have got similarity, all the alkanes have got similarity. Similarly, we can show that all aldehydes, ketones have got similarity of chemical properties. This pertains to the fact of within the light of Baer-Stein theory, which can explain the facts. So see, we understand ahead. Now another question will be, how can we practically show? Please see, there's the question which was risen in the beginning by myself. The question was that on what basis we can say that this Baer-Stein theory is correct. We have not seen bonds. We are not entered into the between carbon and carbon, and how can we see the bonds? The question lies, how can we understand whether how Baer is how is correct? So see, on the there rises a question. Give a practical example to show that double bond compounds are more active than single bond compound. Now please see on the screen, as you observe, aqueous Baer reagent, that is KMnO4 plus QH. This is called Baer reagent. Baer reagent, that is in the presence of aqueous QH. Baer reagent, when reacts with ethylene, it forms glycol, and similarly with acetylene, it forms as oxalic acid, as we observe. Which means what? That the double bond, due to the double, we can say that ethylene is more active and acetylene is again more active. What is the reason? We can say either it is according to Baer-Stein theory, that is, in the light of Baer-Stein theory, what do we understand? There is a tension on double bond, so it is more active, and hence the activity have been shown by forming glycol and oxalic acid. Now similarly we go ahead. Practically, how can we show that triple bond is more active than double bond? And again more active than single bond. So we will first show, practically we will show that triple bond is more active than double bond. Please see on the screen, as you observe, copper slide and silver slide reactions are given here, which does not occur with ethylene and of course with methane, etc., that is alkanes. Which means what? Which means that acetylene is more active than double bond compound like ethylene, etc., and also like methane, etc. And why is this more? What is the reason of this more activity, of this stronger activity? Of course, we can say that since there is a triple bond, there is more strain at the place of triple bond in alkynes, and therefore they are more active. So in this way, we understand that triple bond compounds have been practically shown to be more active. Now see, what theory says is that double bond active compound should be more active than single bond, triple bond compound should be more active than double bond and single bond. And this has been practically shown, mean Baer theory is correct. And hence we are able to show that Baer is quite correct to say that whenever angle 109 degrees 28 minutes between the valency bond of carbon atom changes, there develops a strain in the bond, and to remove the strain in the bond, the compound becomes active. Now we are going